What does marriage mean to you? What does marriage mean to you as a woman? What does marriage mean to you as a man? Then what does marriage mean to you as a spouse? Because understanding the definition of marriage determines how you handle it. My name is Sandra Ezeji Anyaele. I am your marriage foundation reality coach. I want to thank all those that have subscribed to my YouTube channel. I want to say thank you very much. I am so happy. Then if you have not subscribed, what are you waiting for? Please do subscribe to this channel because this channel is a life-changing channel. I can assure you, you won't regret subscribing to this channel. Today, as always, we are going to talk about an interesting topic: how to handle extended family interference in your marriage. Is it not a good topic to talk about? Yes, it's a good topic to talk about because a lot of marriages have been broken because of this singular act. How do you deal with it? Yes, how do you deal with it? I want to start by telling you that some of these things are things you should talk about when you are dating for marriage. But unfortunately, people don't talk about it. And because these things are not talked about, that is why when you now enter the marriage, you start having problems. Today, I'm going to tell you about 5 ways to handle extended family interference. 5 ways. And when you apply these 5 ways, if you make use of it properly, then you won't have any problem. The first way, very important, is settle those that are mandatorily to be settled. Yeah, I hope you got it. Settle those that are mandatorily to be settled. In fact, this is one of the reasons they say Igbo men marry late. This is one of the reasons. Yes, because it has to do with family culture. Because sometimes you notice that in the family, that the first son is expected to take care of the younger ones. But there's a smart way of doing these things. Because when you know the right way to do it, then it wouldn't be a problem. Don't wait until you are married before you start addressing this. Don't wait until you are married. Now, those that you are supposed to settle, who are these ones? Maybe you have young girls that are still going to school. Yes. Maybe you have young girls that you're already training before you thought about getting married. They are there. They will finish school, obviously. Maybe you have aged parents. Is in your capacity to take care of them. Will you abandon them just because you are getting married? No. So what are you supposed to do? Discuss this with your intending bride. I say intending bride because a lot of times it's from the man's side that there's always issue. But we are also changing this. With the right information, we are changing this. You now decide if these people that mandatorily you are supposed to take care of, you now decide how you will take care of them. You can now decide to place them on salary, yes, because you already know their school fees. If these are the ones that are in school already, you already know their school fees. They will not drop out of school because they are getting married. I don't support that. I'm not in support of that. If it is in your capacity to do that, you have started doing it. You should not stop doing it. Because if they are in school already, they will finish school. Then if they are not in school, and you have promised them that you will send them to school, at what level? For instance, if they are finished secondary school, and you have promised them that what you can do is to, take care of them, OND. It's up to you. Depending on your financial capacity. If it is to stop at secondary school, you tell them. I also don't encourage that because even in Nigeria, university education is like secondary school those days. So please, if it's in your capacity, if you can handle it, please do handle it. Let them get the first degree. It will also help you because in future, they won't come running back to you for help. Yes, they will take care of themselves. Yes, if you can handle it, please handle it. Now, if these ones are not yet in school and you have decided to take them, to train them up to university level, you have decided, you have made that promise, very well, it's good. But the person you are getting married to should be in the know. Don't say, when we get married, I will tell her, she should be in the know, all right? Now, if it's your aged parents, you can decide to place them on salary. You can decide to tell them every month I'll be sending so and so. In the interim, it's not as if you can't send money, but this is something you will do. You know that you are obligated to do these things. Tell your intending spouse. Tell her. She should know. When you are dating for marriage, these are the things to talk about. You tell her. So those people that mandatorily you should take care of them, you have to take care of them if you have the capacity. But if you don't have the capacity, it's another thing altogether. They should also know. Don't claim that you have the capacity when you don't have the capacity, because your family will judge you based on what the impression you have given them. So if you cannot do it, you tell them. Maybe during family, you tell them that this is the extent, to which I can handle this. Just be honest with them, tell them, so that they will be. So those people that mandatorily, settle them. If he's the ones going to school, if your aged parents, if they are your, if even cousins, but the ones that you are expected to take is your nucleus family. Don't try to impress anyone, because if you don't talk about this, by the time you get married and you stop, or you now discuss with your wife when you have already gotten married, and maybe you are not doing it the way they expected, there will be problem. They will say it's the wife you married that is causing the problem. Meanwhile, it's not the wife. So please settle all those that are mandatory, that are needed to be settled. Settle them. Make provision for them. Yes, because they are on your neck. It's a family culture. In Igbo, is still there. It's just few families that they now have their awareness that the first son should not be killed because he is the first son. Things are changing gradually, and we thank God for that. Things are changing gradually, and that is why we also come in to also pass the message across, so that things can be done. Sometimes these things are not really hard, but it's the way we handle it. So the first point is settle those that are mandatorily to be settled before you get married. That is the first point, and it's very important. The second way to handle extended family interference in your marriage is practice tough love. I'm sure you are saying, which one is tough love again? I will explain. Tough love, even in the relationship between a mother and a child, there should be tough love. Tough love means saying no when it is necessary for you to say no. Yes, brother, give me this, brother, give me that, and you are giving without even thinking whether you can actually provide or not, because you just want to impress them. Tough love does not mean that you don't love your family. It doesn't mean that you don't love your family, but it means that you are able to say no when you needed to say no, and to say yes when you needed to say yes is very important. But you have to do it wisely. You don't have to offend anybody. You don't have to abuse anybody. You don't have to insult anybody in the process of practicing tough love. Tough love is very crucial, because that will determine if they will keep coming back to you at any given time. Because some people, when they see that anytime we come to you, you render help. Anytime we come to you, you render help. You can never say no. They will keep coming. That's human being for you. Of course, who wouldn't love that? If I know that my uncle or my, anybody that is taking care of me gives me whatever I want at any given time, why not? Why wouldn't I go? I will go. Yes. So practice tough love. When you practice tough love, they will know that it is not every time they go to brother or anytime they go to you that you will do something. Sometimes you tell them that no, I cannot do this now because it's not convenient for me. Yes, and you mean it. It's not when you say I cannot do it, somebody somewhere will not start begging you, you will not do it. No. Practice tough love. It is not a bad thing. You just have to discipline yourself and it will help you. The third way to handle extended family interference is having an honest conversation with your would-be wife. Because, like I said, it's better you talk about these things before marriage. Some of these things, if they are not, talked about, by the time you get married, it becomes a problem. It's as if somebody is instigating someone not to do something. Yes, it happens. So now, that honest conversation means telling your intending wife or your wife-to-be your role in your family. For instance, if you are the one taking care of every member of your family, if you have the capacity, why not? They are your family. They are your family. Telling her so that she will be in the know. Don't keep her unawares. Don't surprise her when she moves into your home. She now starts seeing things that you people did not talk about. Honest conversation. I use the word honest because some people tend to hide some of these things. It's not good. Hiding it will not solve any problem. It will create more problem. So have an honest conversation. If you are the one taking care of, maybe you people are 6 in the house, then in the family people discussed it. You are the one that is strong enough to take care of the financially. and in your family they now told you that you will take care of 2 siblings or 3 or even all of them, say please, I've been doing this. Now your wife to be will not suggest to you how to do it, and it will be easier for you. It is not left for you to decide whether you will continue based on your financial status. Remember the last point, tough love. If you cannot handle it, have a meeting with your family and tell them, please, I was handling this, but now you can see that I'm getting married. You can see that the responsibility now will be too much on me. Please, can I do this? Can I do that? You can even adjust it. You can adjust the budget you make for your family. It is allowed. Don't die in silence. And tell this woman that is coming into your home. Tell her so that she will know. She should be aware of it. So that when money, you are sharing money, she will not hold it against you that you are just squandering the family fund. No. So tell her, most times it's when you don't tell a woman what you are doing that she will get annoyed and there will be problem. Don't create problems for yourself. These are things that you can handle before you get married. So please have an honest conversation with your spouse. When you, after discussing it, then both of you will now decide. She will even help you. Yes, I have seen cases where a man sends money to the family monthly. A particular month, this man was not able to meet up. It was the man that the wife that sent the money, because she knew about it. What if she didn't know about it? So that is why it is important that you tell your spouse your role in your family. What is your role? What do you do in your family? Are you the one that brings all the money? Are you the one that brings school fees money? Are you the one that take care of your aged parents? Tell her. She should know. She's part of you. Don't hide it from her. Don't say, I don't want her to know that I'm spending for my family. She's part of the family. So you should tell her. Because if you don't do this, you're creating problems for her. By the time you know it, your family members will now come and start insulting her. They will start disrespecting her. And mind you, when they disrespect your wife, they are indirectly disrespecting you. Would you want that to happen to you? I'm sure your answer is no. The fourth method or the fourth way that will help you to handle your extended family interference is when you stay glued to your principles. You have to stay glued to your principles. Everyone has principles. You should have principles. Don't have a shaky principle. Let me tell you something. Marriage is like a company that has structures and principles. If you don't follow the structures and principles, the company crumbles. So do you want your marriage to crumble? So what do? Your principles that you have as a man, your principles, those principles that are guiding you, stay glued to them. Because even those your family members, when they see that you're a man of principle, they will stay clear. They won't be disturbing you. Staying clear is not a disconnect. It's not that they will be disconnected from you. No. They will know that when you say something, that you mean it. They will know that you are a man that is guided by principles. They will know that, by the time you say, this is it, they will know that that's it. You are the one to set those principles. It's very important. Stay glued to your principles if you don't want your marriage to crumble. Because structures and principles, those are the things that will guide your home. I used to have one uncle. That my uncle, wow, I don't joke with this my uncle for one singular act. What was that? Growing up, I saw how this my uncle handled the affairs of his home. The wife, up till today, is only one child they have. Those days when we go to their house, some family members will come and the wife will be talking to us and be telling us that, see what this person is doing, see what this person is doing, just because I have one child. As little as I was then, I would say, Auntie, but what is my uncle saying about it? He say, that your uncle gives it back to them. I say, that is it. My uncle has already fought for you. Yes, that my uncle, I'm sure by the time he sees this video, he will know that he's the one I'm referring to. I cherish his attitude a lot because he didn't give anybody room to come and talk to the wife anyway. If you just say, but why do you people have only one child? Or you people don't want to have another? My uncle immediately will tell the person, it is our decision. We want to have only one child. For whatever reason they had a child, I did not know, but that was what he kept telling them. And this person will go and tell that person, say, don't go there. If you just ask him now, he will tell you that is their choice. That is principle. Don't give them room to be talking to you anyhow. Don't give them room to be talking to your wife anyhow. Because let me tell you, you are the one that will protect that woman. Have principles. Even these principles, your wife should also know about them. Nobody should interfere with your principles. Stay glued to your principles. It will help you. Their family members will know that you are a man of your word, and they will know how to deal with you. The fifth and final way of handling extended family interference is this: disabuse the idea of entitlement mentality. Yes, in our families, some of our siblings feel they are entitled to whatever they should get from us. Disabuse that entitlement mentality, because by the time you do that, they will know that there is a limit to what you can do for them. Don't teach them to be lazy, because by the time you carry it on your head that whatever they want you will give them, or you give them the room to believe that they can come in anytime they want to take whatever they are requesting for, they feel entitled. You should have to set boundary. This is the limit you can go. This is the limit to what I can do for you, for them to know. Because in a bid to help them, you might be teaching them to be lazy indirectly. So they don't have to be lazy. As much as you want to help them, you also teach them how to be hardworking. Because you will not be there with them all the time. You will not be there all the time. So you have to help them. Then you also have to teach them how to stand on their own. Because if you do everything for them, they will be lazy. So you don't have to teach your extended family relative as, teach them to be lazy and trying to, do it as if you are helping them. So that entitlement mentality, disabuse it. They should not hold on to it and say, we are entitled to do, we are obliged for you are supposed to do this. After all, you are not their parents. After all, you are their sibling. Yes, that is who you are. So don't lord it over yourself. As much as you're helping them, teach them not to be solely dependent on you. Because if these are male, they will still depend on you even when they are married. Then if they are female, they will still depend on you when they are married. And you know what that means? If they depend on you when they are married, even their children will depend on you. That's the truth. And that should not happen. Yes, you have your own family now. You have your own family now. So disabuse that idea of entitlement mentality. There is nothing like that. A lot of us have been burnt. We have been burnt badly because of these siblings, feeling entitled. They feel because you are the eldest one, they feel because you are this, that you are, no. It is your duty to disabuse that. It's not workable again. It's not working. Because by the time you allow some of these things, you are creating problem for the wife that is coming in. That's the truth. You are even creating problem. When you people are married, you are even creating problem for yourselves. There should be laid down rules. There should be boundaries. And you are the one to do it. Let you and your wife be in the same party. Sometimes I used to yab my husband, I would say, let us be in the same party. We are in PDP. We are in the same party together. So that whatever I say is what my husband will say. There's a way you handle these things and you create enmity. And when you create enmity, it extends to your children, to your unborn children, innocent children. It's not supposed to be like that. So these are simple things that when you ignore, it will create problems for you. And I'm sure you wouldn't want that to happen. Now that you are informed, what are you expected to do? You are expected to implement all this. If you know any other topic or any other method you feel, that is also workable, you can write it in the comment section. Let us learn. We'll read it and we'll also learn, please. This is a serious matter. If not handled properly, it will continue giving problems. It will continue, causing issues in homes. And what is our job? Our job is to see that marriages are done right. Don't talk about, nonsensicals. Don't talk about things that are not important. Talk about important things when you are dating for marriage. You talk about these things so that when you get into your marriage, these things will not be problems. It's not when you get married that you start talking about it. These are the things that you talk about before marriage. Marriage, like I said, is implementation time. You implement the things you have talked about. Yes. So please, try and apply this method. It's just 5 a number. Apply them, and you will see that to a reasonable extent, you will handle your extended family well. We are not saying that, we are not cutting you off. We are not saying, don't relate with them at all. It's not what we are saying. They're your family. It's not a disconnect. It's just for you to, have a laid down rule. You should have rules guiding your home. You should have rules. You should not leave your home just like that. It's not a hotel that you can come in anytime you like and go out anytime you like. No, you have to set boundaries so that you know what you're supposed to do and when you're supposed to do it. You are married now. It will not be business as usual. Yes, some things have to change. Some things have to change. Honestly, a situation where there will be, causing problems for your wife, for both of you, because sometimes too it can be both of you. We talk about man and woman, husband and wife. That's what this channel is about. We don't talk about the man only. We don't talk about the woman only. We talk about both of you. Because man and woman, yes, husband and wife, that's what this channel is about. It is not one-sided. So there are some things you need to, avoid. There are some things you need to do in order that you don't create problems for yourself when you eventually get married. So that they don't blame anybody. So that they will not say, you were doing so and so. Now that you are married, your character has changed. Nobody changed. It's just that you did not do the right thing at the right time. Yes. Please, apply these 5 proven points, and it will help you in your marriage. It will help you, because we don't want a situation where there will be problems, and these are problems that you would have avoided. When you avoid these problems, you will definitely have a joyful home. If this my video has made sense to you, please do like, subscribe and share. Turn on the notification bell so that anytime I upload new video, you'll be the first to see it. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll see you in my next video.